What's up, guys? We're out here in the wilderness of the Jed Smith in the Tetons. That's the Jed Smith Wilderness. Not necessarily going to disclose a specific location, but I have no problem if you hit me up privately through whatever means you choose. Obviously, at Weirded Beardy on Instagram and whatnot. This video is not a social media endorsement. But anyways, we're on a beautiful section of trail. We got Barley, he's a wild Idaho shag. We got Charles and Barles coming out on this trip with us. Got beautiful creeks running through here. Absolutely gorgeous day. Hiking in the Tetons. In about a mile or two, we're gonna come upon a section of trail that 10 years ago, when I worked for the Forest Service, I did a very large trail redirect around some moose habitat. We spent 10 nights out here. First 5 nights, me and my buddy were just slamming picks at granite, because in the wilderness, you cannot bring power tools. So after 5 days of banging rock and clearing a new section for us to go through, we brought out a volunteer crew that spent their time and money on vacation building trail. So a total of 10 days, and I'm curious to see this section of trail 10 years later. I'm really excited to see how it's held up. It's really cool if you get a panorama, but it's all these big, beautiful mountains in the distance. We got creek beds running through there, and all this willow down there is habitat to large moose. So whenever you're hitting blind corners, you want to be careful, because you can spook a moose. I have a bear bell here when it gets really tight. I have a small thing of bear spray or mace. I carry a neck knife, which is ridiculous, but I always carry that. It's my only knife, really, besides a little pocket knife. And we're gonna walk about 10 miles today, not a big deal, up to a beautiful high alpine lake, set up a camp, and do a couple nights of exploring. Really excited. I've been living between storage units for the last few years, and the only thing I could find was my hyperlight pack. So I'm carrying my ultralight gear and a Z-Pax duplex Cuban fiber tent, which we're gonna see how it holds up to dog usage. Always a sketchy moment. Would have preferred a bigger, more comfortable pack and a stronger tent for dogs. I did have Charles the dog wearing a backpack, a brand new Roughwear pack, and he wears a Roughwear harness. This is neither a product endorsement nor a negative sentiment necessarily, but I didn't feel comfortable with him carrying it. It started wobbling all over the place even when I tightened it, and the buckles were gonna start rubbing him raw, so I'm carrying his weight. No big deal. We're not going anywhere fast. We got an early start, and we're really just out here to explore, read a book, check out some of my old work that I did on this trail, and just really excited to be in the woods with my buddy Justin. It's been a long time. Justin and I and one of my other buddies, we used to explore these woods pretty heavily in both the summer and winter, hoping to get my other friend out on trail, but super stoked. Justin took some time off from guiding in Yellowstone, and came out here for a few nights with me. Really amped about that. We're gonna keep walking. Charles is leading the way. This is his first backpacking trip, and this is Barles. Barles and Charles, also known as Barley and Charlie. Barles is an Idaho shag, or as the technical name, there's a valley in Idaho called the Pacimmeroy Valley. He could also be called a Pacimmeroy fuzzy. And the funny story about Barles is I picked him up from some of my closest family, and when he was like 6 weeks old, and brought him to Justin. So I have a history with this dog, and fortunately so far everything's going well. There are no mosquitoes, life is good, and I'm excited to bring you guys along for this trip. We have now officially moved on from motorcycle camping. We are now in the start of Honda Element adventuring, and the adventures and places that the Honda Element takes me and leads me to, i.e. Honda Element took me back to the Tetons, and we're back on trail. Super stoked. keep rocking, keep you going along this journey. I'll show you what we see next. Saw some moose yesterday. We just shocked a bit of grouse, actually a family of grouse. Mama grouse came out and said, get the hell away. We gave her space. And you can see down here, when you get into these lowlands, this is a lot of times where the moose will hang out. We're going in and out of water quite frequently here. And where there's water and thick willow, there's gonna be moose. There could be bear, but it's okay. We've got spears, we've got daggers. He's got bear spray. Some people think Justin is a bear. So I was actually told in San Francisco that I'm not a bear and I needed to cut my beard. So we'll see what happens. Okay guys, we just came upon our first group of horses. And Charlie's seen cows, moose now. He's not a country dog. My lady raised him in the city, and I'm laying down in the bushes right now because I had to wrestle Charles to the ground. He freaked out. He spooked the horses. One woman almost got thrown off her horse, I think. Might be exaggerating a little bit, but probably not. So I peacefully wrestled Charles to the ground and held his mouth shut. He actually calmed down and let the other horses pass peacefully. So Justin, can you wave? Are you waving, Justin?
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can see Justin. Justin got his dog. He's hiding in the bushes. The horse people, you know, they're like, it's not good that you're hiding in the bushes. You're gonna spook our horses. It's like, yeah, well, we're trying to keep our dogs peaceful. My Labradors never cared about horses, so Charles did the best he could. Took a little WWF wrestling, but I'm gonna get up and get out of the woods, and they were pretty peaceful.
Yeah, they're good.
It's one of those things. It's not even necessarily the horses. It's that you guys come around. They come around this blind corner right here, and kind of the horses spook the dogs spook the horses, and so one of those things that hopefully gets better over time. I think if nothing else, we set the stage for potentially a more peaceful encounter next time, although you never know. Barles and Charles together are like a transformer unit, and they create an entity that is very unknown. So when Barles and Charles unite, crazy things happen. And as I always say, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna have a blast. We're gonna keep hiking on the trail. Horses hike faster than humans, so sometimes we'll come upon multiple groups of horses. And other than that, from the first section where I said we'll catch up later on the next event, that horse event was about 30 seconds after that first clip, so it's been quite eventful. But I'm gonna put the camera down and rock and roll. It's on this beautiful outcropping canyon, looking down. Charles is dangerously close to the edge, but it's pretty cool. When you walk around here, you can kind of see, has that kind of diving board feel. Beautiful steep mountains in the background. Probably best to get our silly dogs away from here. What's up, guys? We're just at our last section before we have our big pass to climb, and I picked up the camera because well, for a few reasons, but you'll see we're going to be headed up this, so right where this rock outcropping that I'm circling is, we're going to be headed up this mountain pass and going up over there into a lake. But that's not why I pulled out the camera. Why I pulled out the camera is a lot of people come to the Tetons for all this wildflower action, and you can see here how amazing this is. And Justin, you want to call out what's this guy?
It's an Indian paintbrush. So
this is Indian paintbrush, which is super popular. I mean, not popular, super beautiful, well known. What about the purple flower here?
I think that's arnica.
We think it's arnica,
yeah,
which is homeopathically used. The purple flower.
That's sticky geranium.
This is sticky geranium, if you can see that. And then what about this lavender one?
Sorry, that is sticky geranium.
This is sticky geranium.
Yeah, this is lupin.
Yeah, we got some lupin and the lupin seeds.
It's in the pea family.
And but anyways, we got this whole hillside just absolutely covered in wildflowers, which is just unbelievable. It's such an amazing time of year. A lot of the mosquito pressure is completely gone. There's been some cold nights. Hey Justin, what is this guy?
I forget what that is. It's like something aster.
Something aster?
I believe.
Anyways, this is just wonderful. We have a creek running in this valley, and we can hear it in the distance. You might not be able to hear it, but we also just passed the horses, so we're clear of the horse traffic for this trail right now, and we're gonna just keep on walking, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I can't stress enough how amazing it is to see all of these flowers bloom. It's hard for me to tell if you get the beauty on the camera with the fisheye, but nevertheless, I'm hoping you're getting some experience from this. Also, excuse me for being out of breath, but I put the video on because I believe over these next little hills here, we're gonna probably see the lake we were hiking to in the first place. And there's a sign right here, but kind of gonna tell you that you're almost there. It says no horse camping or campfires within half mile of the lakes, i.e. multiple lakes. So what a beautiful valley we have here. Just gorgeous. My buddy's back there. You can hardly see him right there. He's tired. You know, I've been walking long distances in the cities and I feel great. But you know, hiking with a 30-pound pack is always a little bit of a struggle, but we're doing great. And we're starting to see this mountain wall. Almost got some caves up here. Just gorgeous. We still got some snow. Got a nice little, trying to see what, if I can point it out. Right up there, there's a little shoe ski spot. And just feeling really blessed, guys. Coming back to the place where I spent a lot of my adult life. And I'm just feeling really grateful. Taking Charles out on his first trip, and it's just amazing, guys. The greenery down there in the valley floor, and I can just feel it. That's why I turned the camera on. You just get a feeling and you know you're there. And we got a little bit of shale hiking right now, and shale's just this loose stuff. Gotta be a little bit careful, but not too much. And super excited. What's up, guys? Me and my homie, we just made it to where we're going, and whenever you get to your destination, it feels so good. So good. Not big this time of year, but here's this high alpine lake we're headed to. I'd probably say 200 yards by 200 yards, give or take. There's another one right up that rock wall up there. There's another lake behind it. And then you can kind of climb this whole upper basin. But this is where we were headed. And we'll probably go freshen up, figure out where we're gonna set up camp. There's great trees to do bear hangs. And I don't know about you guys, I don't know about myself, but I bet you my boy here is stoked super stoked. Barrel's the monster. I don't know if you can see him coming. I bet you he's super stoked. Charles, he's stoked. How about this whole getup, guys? You got the Hyperlight, Patagooch shorts, CEP socks, Ultra shoes, gaiters, space gaiters, Muller knee braces, Smart Wool. No, I'm not sponsored. Just telling stupid stories because I'm delirious. And we're gonna walk down to the lake and go wash off. Wash our brains, wash our bodies, enjoy life. What's up, guys? I'm walking downhill a little bit. I had set up my camera. Maybe I'll show the struggles I had setting up my tent. It's been years since I set up that Z-Pax duplex. It can be a great tent, or it can be a really big headache if you forget your setup methods. Anyways, Charles fell asleep. I went downhill and remembered to set my trekking poles almost to their max height and found a flatter spot, which my other spot was just too much of a hillside. So now I got my Z-Pax duplex. I got the lake in the background. It's not a perfect pitch, but I'm also not on level ground, and it is what it is. So dogs are tired, humans are tired. I'm gonna start loading up my tent. You can see this is a single wall tent. Very delicate, very dangerous for dog usage. I do not recommend it. Charlie's tripping on the wires. That mesh, if you sneeze on it, will get a hole in it. So anyways, I'm gonna start throwing my stuff in. It's not a great campsite, to be honest. It's just not level. It's all grass. I don't have the right footprint. I kind of screwed the pooch on this one. Just a double wall, 2-person tent would have made life so easy. I think I spent an hour effing with this spot, but I'm still stoked. It's just, we're really tired. Justin couldn't get his water filter running, and he was using his pride and didn't want to come take water from me, but now he's hydrated. I have a tent. We're gonna rock and roll. What's up, guys? Had an absolutely beautiful evening. You can see the sun is going down, and it's probably early. It's actually 7:30, not too early. And I got my tent set up. I was having like a mental breakdown setting it up earlier. And anyways, it's one of my favorite tents. I love this color, the spruce green, Z-Pax duplex. It's a great ultralight tent. Not a great tent for dogs, as I said before, but blends into the hills really well. And just an absolutely gorgeous evening. And I'm just gonna do a few things around camp. Had a nice dinner, and we had dinner in those trees right there. And we came up with a bear hang for our food that was moderately okay. A lot of these trees are all just dead standing. There's not a lot of good branches, so we are both sleeping on opposite sides of that tree, me and my buddy. He has a really crazy dog with him, and his dog will kill my tent in 30 seconds. So we do, we sleep in separate areas than where we cook, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that. But that way all the smells from food have nothing to do with our sleep setup. And that's a good way to stay safe. Tomorrow, I think we might try to hit up some of these snow. There's another snow section over there. Maybe do some shoe skiing, as I call it. Charles has been spending the evening falling asleep with his head in the air. He was absolutely amazing. Didn't do great with the horses, but he doesn't charge them. He just barks, so just annoying. But yeah, we're about 10.5 miles into the backcountry, as I probably said before. A really steep climb. Probably took 5.5, 6 hours with stops and just kind of hanging out. And other than that, I think that's about all for the evening. So as predicted, we're asleep. No, I mean, we're not asleep. I guess that doesn't make any sense. But you can see my sleeping setup for a dog. It's pretty cool. I got the egg crate, thermarest. We got the down vest. I sew the holes in. Gotta tuck him in. He said, good boy. Good boy, Charles. He's just amazing. Got a great view out of here. If you look close enough, you can see mosquitoes. Probably can't see them right now. But I see some up there. They're really, really bad right now. I'm kind of in a meadow. I didn't bring a pillow, so I just stuffed my down coat in the stuff sack with some other random clothes. It'll be good. It's the lumpiest ground I have ever slept on in my life. I'm on a new thermarest that I found in my storage unit. I have a lot of random stuff. I've moved so many times. I still wear my neck knife. I did lose bear spray, the smaller bear spray that I carry in San Francisco, but I don't know where it is, but my buddy had an extra one. Right there, you can see it. He gave me that. I don't really care. I've been hiking in the woods my whole life, and I've never used bear spray. But anyways, it's been a beautiful night, and this is the view from a spruce green Cuban fiber Z-Pax duplex tent. Spent a lot of time in these over the years. This is just the weirdest pitch and ground I've ever slept on. Super downhill, but I'll keep my head uphill, and we're good with that. It was so lumpy, I stuffed all these random objects in my tent underneath my sleeping pad, and this would not have worked for two people. The ground is so horrific. But other than that, everything's pretty good. Morning, guys. Had a good night. Slept a little bit. Charles was very skittish. Every little sound he was kind of freaked out by. He's been camping a lot, so I was kind of shocked, but he was kind of uncomfortable. But we got some rest, and just got my food bags out of the bear hang. My buddy's still sleeping, so I'm just going to set up the camera and kind of show you what I do.